Think about this. If you have $10 to spend, you can take $10 and go to a supermarket and purchase food and make your food, or you can take $10 and go and get pizza or go and get fast food.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's going on, fam? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with some more nuts on your chin. That hard-hitting fitness without the bullshit. Make sure you click that subscribe button, smash it. Smash that subscribe button for more videos every single day. And if you're not yet following the Daily Swole podcast channel, The Daily Swole, check out the links in the description down below. You got Swolenormous apparel, you got a free class to try, you got more information on how to join the Swole fam at swolenormousx.com. And also, like I said, I go live every single day, so don't miss out on any of my content. I post more content than anyone on earth. Probably. Check it out. It's everywhere. Anywhere that you like to consume content, especially here on YouTube, you're going to enjoy both my channels. Both of them. We got some good shit for you today, don't we? Don't we, fam? Don't we? I don't know why I'm looking around. No one's in here. This post is from Bia. Now, we're talking about eating food on a budget, making good choices. Let's get into it. Hey fam, next month I will be moving out of my parents to an apartment with roommates. I'll be doing my own shopping and cooking for the first time now, so I wanted to know if y'all have some tips on eating quality food on a budget, meal prepping and all that. For context, I moved out for high school and that's when I started eating out all the time, eating shitty, cheap convenience food. That's when I gained a bunch of weight. In college, I was making way better choices, but it's different to have your food made for you in the dining halls and stuff. In the end of my freshman year, COVID hit and I'll be taking a gap year now, and I'm excited to be responsible for my own shit. Any advice? So, this is for all of you. Drop a comment down below for eating on a budget. Now, aside from being like, all right, just eat a bunch of tuna fish, sucking down mercury, it depends. It depends on what foods work best for your body. So for me, obviously, I eat grass-fed beef, sweet potatoes, white rice sometimes, vegetables, berries. Those things aren't really expensive. You could buy frozen vegetables, you could buy frozen fruit. Sweet potatoes are super cheap. And if you offset the price of those types of foods with grass-fed beef, it's often not that expensive, but it depends on what works best for you. You could do eggs, not that expensive. Even pastured eggs are really affordable. Depends on how much volume you're eating. I don't know anything about Bia from this post, so we have to assume, we have to think kind of outside the box. But a couple things that come up here when you talk about meal prepping is that you have roommates. So a couple other ways that you can eat healthy, and these are just some ideas, and I just want to spitball. This video is not for me to be like, here's how you eat on a budget, because it's really about what foods work best for your body, budget or not. Now, whether or not you're gonna eat organic, grain-fed, grass-fed, a lot of times you have to make concessions depending on what you have access to. So it depends on what area of the country, if you're ordering your food, if you're going to a supermarket, if you have access to a Whole Foods or a nice supermarket, or if you're in a small town, you only have a convenience store and you have to drive an hour to the nearest Walmart or something like that. So if you have roommates, this could be something where you go in with your roommates. You do bulk purchasing. It depends on if your roommates want to eat healthy. You can do something where you go to a local farmer's market and you get things pretty much fresh and maybe in season and in more bulk. You can also do things where, like I said, you can buy in bulk from maybe Costco or a Sam's Club, and you can prepare in advance. So when you buy things in bulk in advance, you're going to get a better deal per pound. You're going to get a better deal per unit of whatever you purchase generally, all right? They're gonna, like any kind of grocer, any kind of site will bias towards giving you a discount for volume purchases. So if you have roommates, this could be something that you are going to be interested in pursuing. Now, if your roommates are gonna eat your food, if they're not good roommates, I don't know if you know these people. It sounds like you're moving out of your apartments to an apartment with roommates. I don't know if they eat healthy or if they're on the same track as you. But things like white rice, things like sweet potatoes, they're very inexpensive. 79 cents a pound, $1 a pound. Fruit is not expensive. If you get organic raspberries, it can be expensive, but you don't need to get them fresh. You can get them frozen, and you can get bags of mixed berries and stuff like that really inexpensively. Sardines, you can get sustainably farmed and sourced sardines. And again, a lot of people might be like, oh my God, sardines, but they're very good for you and they're really high in omega-3s. So it really comes down to the quality, but just because you're on a budget doesn't mean you have to sacrifice quality. There are a lot of really good foods that you don't need to get organic. You don't need organic sweet potatoes. I've never seen any kind of evidence or feedback on organic sweet potatoes being necessary because they're not sprayed with a lot of shit. But you do the best you can. Really, you do the best you can. And what I always like to say, regardless of what you decide or what you have access to, think about this. If you have $10 to spend, you can take $10 and go to a supermarket and purchase food and make your food, or you can take $10 and go and get pizza or go and get fast food. And most people will just opt for, a pre-made meal, I don't have to do anything. But you can get so much food and you can get multiple meals. You just have to put some effort in. You just have to purchase some things. You just have to do the work a little bit. And most people are lazy. Most people don't want to try. So before you worry about the high-end stuff, all the maybe supplementation, kind of filling in the gaps, maybe you can't afford, grass-fed filet mignon. You don't have to. You can get grass-fed ground beef for much more affordable prices. And if you think about it, if you're eating quality meats or quality proteins and that source, pastured eggs, grass-fed beef, wild fish, you're offsetting the cost with optimally priced vegetables or frozen fruits or farmers market, things like that. So there's a lot of good planning that you need to do and checking your area for what's accessible. But I don't think a budget, like a budget, you're saying on a budget. On a budget doesn't mean you don't have any money. Everyone's on a budget to an extent. So is your budget $1,000 a week? Is your budget $100 a week? That makes more of a difference. But in any case, buying in bulk, so maybe discussing with your roommates, maybe certain purchases will be better off in bulk. If they like chicken or they like steak, like you can make those bulk purchases for those maybe more pricey options and get better rates like that. Order it online from a place, for example. And checking out local produce, like locals farmers markets or even co-ops where you can go in on half a share or a full share every 2 weeks and get fresh vegetables locally. That can be a great way to save money and also get really healthy food. So if you all have any other options or ideas, drop in the comments down below. I hope that helped. I hope that gave a little insight. It's just more about the way you think about it. It doesn't really need to be more expensive or as expensive as you think, especially because you're not going out to eat. You're not spending your money on dumb shit. A lot of people sacrifice their quality of food, but then go and spend money on going to the movies. They buy fancy cars, they buy fancy watches, they buy all this shit they don't fucking need, and they don't prioritize their health. If you take what money you have and you prioritize your wellness, you'll be absolutely shocked at what you can do with it. And that's just my personal experience and my opinion. But what are your thoughts, fam? Drop a comment down below. Thank you, Bia, for the comment inside the Swole Fam. If you want to learn more about the amazing Swole Fam, check out swolenormousx.com. And I definitely want to hear all of your thoughts because we're all on a budget to an extent. But what do you do and what strategies do you use in order to make the most out of the money you got to spend on food? Drop that down below, and I'll see you real soon for some more Nuts on Yo Chin. Peace the fuck out.
We stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transferred to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a rented crown. You are the king of apology. You about to see a new side of